Welcome to the Bits for You podcast. This is episode 32. I am Robert, your host. Let's get through some of these sponsors quickly. We have Gamefly. Today's show is brought to you by Gamefly. If you sign up for Gamefly, I'll give you, as our listener, free 30 days trial, specifically for the listeners of the Bits for You podcast. Gameflyoffer.com/bits for you. Why Gamefly? Okay, look, play video games and you might not have a lot of time to shop around or try them or even download demos if there's demos of games, and not all games have demos. So the next best thing is trying Gamefly. At gamefly.com, you can get access to over 10,000 new releases, classics available to rent for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, the Nintendo Switch, 3DS, and much more. As a member, you can rent as many game and console and handheld games as you want. Get them delivered right to your mailbox for one low monthly fee. If you like the game so much that you don't want to send it back, you go to the website or the app, click that you want to keep the game. They give it to you at a low price. They ship you the original case for the game. That's a great deal. I mean, what more can you ask for? You love the game. You don't want to return it. You want to keep it forever. Just hit that keep price and it's yours. There are no due dates or late fees. Gamefly has the ability to rent Blu-ray movies and DVD movies as part of the regular price. So for the same price, if you are tired of this game, and you can return it, get a movie, watch a movie with your girl, with your boy, with your friends, whatever. They have that option as well. To get your free trial today, go to gameflyoffer.com/bits for you. Again, that's gameflyoffer.com/bits for you for your free 30-day trial. And then we have our next sponsor as Loot Crate. With Loot Crate, give me a second here. All right, so with Loot Crate, you get 10% on any new subscription at www.trylootcrate.com/bits for you. You have to enter a promo code, and that promo code is BRIDGE10 for 10% savings. So Loot Crate is a mystery crate that delivers the best in geek gaming, from collectibles, apparel, tech gadgets, art, and epic gamer gear. Loot Crate is a monthly subscription. See? Like, when I'm recording, it's fine. I get my fucking tongue just like goes numb doing these intros. So Loot Crate is a monthly subscription box service for epic geek and gamer items and pop culture gear. Less than $20 a month, you get 6 to 8 items that include licensed gear, apparel, collectibles, unique one-of-a-kind items, and more. You have until the 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific to subscribe and receive that month's crate. And when the cutoff happens, that's it. It's over. So you really got to get on it. You have until the 19th of September to sign up and get that month's crate. By supporting Loot Crate, you support the Bits for You podcast. To save 10% on any new subscription, go to trylootcrate.com/bits for you. Again, that's trylootcrate.com/bits for you to save 10% on any new subscription. Enter promo code BRIDGE10. That's BRIDGE, the number 10, for 10% savings. And the last sponsor for all you animal lovers, dog lovers in particular, it is BarkBox. I'm going to give you, as our listener, 1 extra month of BarkBox. You have to go to www.getbarkbox.com/bits for you. If you're asking, what the heck is BarkBox? It's similar to what I just, the previous sponsor, Loot Crate. BarkBox is a delivery of 4 to 6 natural treats and super fun toys curated around a surprise theme each month. For dogs, BarkBox is like a joy of a million belly scratches. So here's how it works. You choose a dog size. You tell BarkBox how big your dog's bark is. Small and cute is about, from nothing to 20 pounds. Just right is 20 to 50 pounds. Or big and bold, 50 pounds and over. Then you choose a plan. 1 month, 6 month, or 12 months plans are available. You cancel anytime. So there's no commitment. You can cancel anytime. And the shipping is always free. BarkBox are shipped on the 15th of each month. So you have until the 15th of each month to sign up and get that month's BarkBox. For the listeners of the Bits For You podcast, BarkBox is offering an opportunity to receive 1 free extra month of BarkBox at barkbox.com. So all the edibles are made in the U.S. or Canada, and 100% of our products are tested on animals, our own. BarkBox is a great way to try a variety of treats and toys from local and small businesses that you may not otherwise be able to find. Each monthly box is themed. For example, some months it'll be a country fair theme. Another month it'll be Bark Ball, Pooh York City, Brooklyn Hipster, etc. You get the idea. New and unique toys continue to keep dogs engaged, interested, and happy. Scout's Honor. If your dog does not like something in the box, we'll send you something they love for free because we're all about dog happiness. Free shipping on any BarkBox within the continental U.S. So you got to sign up. You have dogs. They're going to love this. I'm giving you, and so is actually the team up of BarkBox and Bits For You podcast. We're giving you a free month of BarkBox. You have to go to getbarkbox.com/bitsforyou. Again, that's getbarkbox.com/bitsforyou to receive an extra month of BarkBox for free. All of these links to these sponsors are in the description of this episode. The sponsors don't. The only way the sponsors work is if you guys click on the link and sign up. If you guys don't sign up, then it doesn't do it. The sponsors don't pay out a little piece of the pie so that I can upgrade this podcast, get new equipment, travel to meet new and interesting guests that I'm in contact with to try to get them either to fly here or for me to fly to them. So that's the way the sponsors work. I mean, you don't again, all of these you can cancel anytime. If you sign up, boom, that's helping us as well. Another way that you guys can help us is with reviews on iTunes. It takes like 30 seconds, maybe less. Click on your iPhone. You click on the Apple Podcasts app. Every iPhone has it. And you search for Bits For You. Hit the subscribe button. That also helps us. There's the review section. You hit write a review. Write a few words. If you like us, give us 5 stars. If you hate us, give us the amount of stars that you think we deserve. Tell us what you'd like, what you don't like. We need that feedback. The reviews helps us. Please review us. You can also review us on PodBean. That's where we host this. The PodBean app or website. Pretty much similar to the way that iTunes reviews. You can rate us with stars. Leave a little comment. That helps us out a lot. So what's new? So this is being recorded. This intro is being recorded on August 28th. The episode was recorded on the 24th of August. So, obviously, the Mayweather-McGregor fight is over. It's done with. It happened a couple of days ago. We're not going to get into detail in this episode because this was recorded before the fight. But you would have to tune in to the next episode. We're going to give you our thoughts on that. And there was something else that I had to mention. Oh, yeah. So this past weekend, Texas got hit with Hurricane Harvey. Is it Harvey? Shit, I forgot the name. I think it's Harvey. Anyways, a really devastating Category 3, Category 4 storm destroyed most of Texas. Flooding everywhere. I have some friends out there that have been guests on the podcast that live in Houston where it got hit the hardest. It's fucking devastating for what happened there. And, I'm not, obviously you guys know my beliefs. I'm not a religious person. A lot of people are saying on social media, Twitter and Facebook, our prayers are with you. But, fine. You want to do that? I understand that. But do something that could actually help and that is, there's a lot of charities you can donate. The American Red Cross is accepting money. A lot of families are not going to have homes now. They need clothes. They need food. So donating $1, there's over 300 million people in this country. If each of us donates $1, that helps. If some of us donate $1, it still helps. So just donate whatever you can. I know times are rough for some people. They might not be able to donate, but find the local charities in Texas. American Red Cross is one of them. There's dozens of other ones. Donate whatever you can. And if you still want to send them your prayer, send them your prayer. If you don't want to donate, that's understandable, but a little bit of money helps. I'm going to donate myself. So just wanted to get that out there. Sad what Texas is going through. So help out. And enough of this talking here. We're going to begin this episode. In this episode, we discuss some things that happened with the Super Nintendo Classic Mini pre-order disaster. Javier and I go back and forth on it. I guess I keep busting Javier's balls and saying that he's an undercover Nintendo employee, or he sucks on Nintendo's tit because he's so lovey-dovey with Nintendo, and to him, in his eyes, they're perfection, which is fine. It's his opinion. In my opinion, I don't like Nintendo's ancient motto of having the capacity to make the systems that they, for millions of gamers worldwide, but they choose not to because they want to create a high demand and interest and create, have people line up outside the stores to buy the Super Nintendo Classic Mini when it's being released on September the 29th. A lot of people were upset at this, so we're going to talk about that in this episode. We're going to talk about Splatoon 2 tips, my thoughts on Splatoon 2, my brief thoughts on it, Javier's tips on the game. We discussed Mario Rabbids, which is, as of the recording of when this is released, it should be coming out tomorrow, the 29th of August, or sometime this week. Sonic Mania, my thoughts on Javier, what he should do on the collector's edition of Sonic Mania, which has yet to ship. We talk about WWE SummerSlam, what Javier does, because he's the one that watched it. And we ended with a game inspired by Game of Thrones, the Game of Faces. Well, our version of it. So that's it. I'm going to stop talking. I rambled on. Enjoy this episode. What's new in in the World of Bits for You podcast for our listeners?
Well, I want to talk about Splatoon 2.
So tell me.
Have you played it, Robert?
Yes, I did.
How much?
I did that. I installed the game. I did the whole trial. What is it called? The tutorial.
Yes.
And after I completed the tutorial, I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. This shit is not for me. Fucking throwing ink on the floor and hitting balloons and objects, and it just, it wasn't for me. Not my.
Well, that's like the
game.
only time you ever hit balloons, except, well, single player you do, but
whatever. It's just the whole gameplay mechanics was not a fan of.
I say it's really good. I didn't think you would be. I was hoping you'd get over the art direction, and
no, the art direction doesn't do. It's not the issue. The issue is I'm not into shooting ink. It's just I don't see the point of it.
It's like shooting bullets.
No, bullets is completely different than fucking shooting inks. Completely different. I just nothing attracted me. I guess I'm more of a traditional run and gun shooter, third person shooter. I had more fun playing Fortnite. It's been a few weeks since I played it. I'm doing the beta for Fortnite. I'm having more fun playing that than Splatoon 2.
Well,
Put it that way.
yeah, obviously I'm the opposite. I love Splatoon 1 and the Wii U. I think it's the best game for the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
Splatoon 2 is already, in terms of hours of play, because you can check it on your Switch. It's my second most played game right now. And it's climbing up. I don't know if we'll get close to Zelda, but we'll see. So I did want to give a lot of tips to our listeners, because there's a lot of information about the game. It's not actually that simple. There's a lot to it, and a lot of modes and stuff. So one of the things I kind of want to talk about, because the Nintendo tutorial obviously doesn't talk about any of this stuff.
Yeah, it was very just get here. This is how you aim. This is how you do. How you. What the fuck is that called? How do you go inside the ink and then you come out of under the ground and through the fence and how do you jump? It's just simple stuff.
It's just gameplay.
Yeah, that's all it is.
There's more to it, obviously. So you wear gear and they have ability slots on them. People might have noticed it by now. Obviously, the most you can get is 3.
How long has the game been out?
It's been out since July, so about a month.
So about a month. Okay.
Maybe a little bit over a month. So, yeah. So most gear you get will only have like 2 or 1 slot. You can't get I'm talking about 3 slots plus the main one that's already there. And so there's certain ones that give you certain abilities and stuff. Like I'll just name a few for example, like ink resistance. That's basically means you move quicker in the ink, and the ink won't damage you when you're walking on it.
And how does one obtain ink resistance?
It's so I'll go into that. So basically, if you go to a shop and just buy some of these gear, it'll have like there'll be just one that's always there attached to the equipment that you bought.
Right.
And then when you go play and get experience points, the other slots start getting filled. But depending on the gear you have, they only have 1 or 2 slots, and that's it. The other ones cannot be filled up unless you use like a super snail. I think it's called super sea snail, which you get from doing a Splatfest, or you reach level 30, and every 2 levels you get some. But Splatfest is the way to get really a lot. It's like I got some from the last Splatfest, and I added it and made all my amiibo gear.
Wait, and how does one get into Splatfest?
It's only once a month in the beginning of the month. You join it, and all you do is at least play a few times.
Is it the entire week, or is it a day, or is it a weekend?
It's like a weekend or so.
And does when I load Splatoon 2 and our listeners are gonna play it, does it announce that, hey, the Splatfest is coming? How does one become aware of the Splatfest?
Oh, Nintendo will tweet about it. The game will, when you first start the game, the 2 newscasters, Pearl and oh shit, I forgot the other one.
So the game actually tells you when I load it. It actually tells you when the Splatfest is coming up.
Yeah, and then there's a board.
Okay, good. That's what I needed to know. That's good.
Yeah, in the middle of the lobby area. Not lobby, but
a lot of people don't go on Twitter yet, so that's why.
Yeah, there'll be a board there that you have to actually go and join the side you want to be on. So back to the abilities. So if you want to add more slots to it, you have to use the Super Sea Snail. So let's say, okay, you're filling up your slots, but it's randomized. But you don't want to be randomized. You want to go for a certain build. So that means you're gonna have to add the ability chunks or ability to the gear. So to do that, you need 10 ability chunks of one to actually add it to a slot in a gear. So how do you get those ability chunks?
Tell me. How?
Yeah, right. So you do salmon run. Sometimes you'll get as a reward. The other way is scrubbing the gear. So basically, let's say you filled up 2 of the slots in your boots.
Right.
Your shoes. You go to a computer NPC that's right by the online lobby building. His name is like Merch. He can add and scrub abilities. Scrub as in remove all the abilities off the gear except the main one, and he'll add it as to the collective ability chunks you have. Like I say, you need 10 of those to add to to your gear. So you have 10 of running speed, then you add it and you get 1 slot in your gear. So you have to scrub a lot to finally get 10. And the other thing you could do is also, actually I already mentioned the adding and the scrubbing. So when you scrub it, like I said, you create chunks of it. You need 10 chunks of each. So there's like 1 or 2 that like need 20 chunks. Every time you scrub the gear, it costs 20,000 to do it. So it's not cheap. So I actually do recommend doing summon runs just to get the money. Summon runs will give you plenty of money. And like I said, it also can give you, ability chunks, but it's not the best way to get them. The best way really is playing, getting your slots filled with random abilities, go scrub it repeatedly. But the equipment you get, they all have brands attached to them. And those brands have a better chance of getting certain abilities. So, and it depends. So you can look this up online. I'll actually tweet about it too, like a little graph. So let's say you go for a shirt, and it says the brand is Squid Force. That means
Javi, let's not give too many spoilers away.
It's not spoilers.
Because, damn, dude, you've been talking for like 7 minutes with this fucking shit.
It gets complicated.
Damn, dude. Okay, go ahead. Wrap this little tip up.
There's lots of tips. So
okay, give us a couple more.
The resist up, the ink resistance has a 5 times more likely chance to actually show up with Squid Force on. And then it has an uncommon ability, which is half as likely, which will be, in this case, for Squid Force, is Ink Saver. And then some of the popular ones are Crack On. The main one is Swim Speed Up. Walkenberg, which is the main is Run Speed Up, and the uncommon is Swim Speed Up. Firefin, which is Ink Saver for the sub weapon. And Scallop for quick respawn. So like I said, Ink Resistance is sort of sorted after, because if you walk on the enemy's ink, you walk super slow without any resistance. With this, you walk a lot faster through it, and you don't get less damage on you. Because when you're on enemy's ink, you do get damage. And speaking of just regular gameplay, as I finish with equipment, enemy ink will reset your healing time, so you get inked. You cannot be touching any kind of enemy ink to be healing, and you heal a lot faster if you get submerged in your own team's ink. But as soon as you, like I said, touch the enemy ink, it resets the healing time. And you could do the auto. I don't think it's called auto jump, but you could jump to a teammate. When I say jump, I mean like a launch. Anytime in the map, you could do it. People usually just do it in the very beginning when you respawn, but you can do it also while you're playing. So your HP, it's not shown. You have 100 HP, and then the weapons you see usually say how much damage they do. That's how much it takes off your HP. So if weapon says 20 damage, each hit will knock off 20 HP out of you. It doesn't matter if it's your arm or whatever. And then the play modes for this: Turf War, Splat Zone, Tower Control, Rainmaker. I'll say this: Turf War kills don't matter. So don't really. I know people love just to go kill people. It doesn't matter. What matters is you inking the floor, and the walls don't matter. For the Splat Zone, that's kind of like the King of the Hill mode. You have to just ink up the zone and hold it off. So the weapons I recommend for that are the Slusher, the Octo Brush, and the Roller, because they could cover up you could ink a lot for a good amount of area. And for Tower Control, I love using the Rapid Blast. It is the longest range weapon. It won't one-shot them like the other blasters, but it will knock them out quite quick. And then Rainmaker, if you're good with the Splat Charger, which is basically like the sniper, if you use it pretty well, that's a good place to use it. And Zapper's another one that's reliable. It gets you. It's a good gun overall, and it gives you ink armor. This is what I use. Now, the final thing I'm going to mention also is the Salmon Run. It basically is the co-op mode here. You're not facing other players. You're facing NPCs, and there's waves of them. So some tips for people playing Salmon Run. So as soon as you start splatting the ink around all over you,
Mm-hmm.
all over the areas, because you want everything to be inked so you can swim around quick and stuff.
What if I don't
Then,
want things to be inked?
well, then you're kind of screwed because the whole thing is about inking the area,
See, that's
the
the
whole
thing.
game.
That's why I wasn't into the game because I don't like inking.
To me,
The only ink
adds
I like is ink on my skin, tattoo ink. That's it.
right. So in the summon runs, you get certain weapons. Everybody gets a certain weapon. You don't pick one. So you gotta use if you have a certain weapon, it's usually pretty good against a certain boss. I'll give you an example: the Splat Charger, which is the sniper one. It's really good against a Steelhead boss that comes out randomly. So if you see him, it's pretty much your job to take him out because you can take him out in one shot. Otherwise, he's a pain in the ass. And like the Fly Fish, he's basically the top priority boss for me to kill because usually you cannot kill him fast enough. So you'll get at least 2 or 3 bosses in the area. Fly Fish, he's the one you gotta kill ASAP. There's no real super shortcut to kill him besides throwing bombs in his launcher area.
A freaking bomb.
Yeah.
I thought you could only ink. Now, what? How do
There's
bombs
sub-weapons.
come into play
There's
now?
sub-weapons.
Oh, there are
Which
sub weapons.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's usually are bombs. If you get an egg, return it right away to the capsule.
An egg.
Yeah, I didn't go into rules over Summon Run since I'm trying to go through this quick. This is more like tips. But basically, Summon Run is all about.
Why don't you make this an encore, a recurring segment, and just wrap up this tip now, and then next episode you give another tip.
This is most of the tips I have. I'll figure
Oh,
out
okay.
more.
Okay, so go ahead. Let's wrap up that.
So Summon Run is basically co-op, like I said, waves of enemies with including bosses in them, and you'll be alerted when the bosses are spawned. The bosses, when you kill them, they drop eggs. You need certain amount of eggs per wave. So like for wave 1, you need like 10 eggs. So you need to kill enough bosses and get enough eggs to pass the first wave. There's 3 waves. So you need to return those eggs right away because the salmonoids, the regular enemies, they can steal those eggs. So you need to.
What would they do with the eggs?
They just go back into the ocean with them, and you don't get them anymore. So it's basically bye-bye if you don't try to take them right away. So there's always 4 of you unless someone disconnects. And there's only 3 eggs that drop per boss. So I would say 3 of you get the eggs. You should usually stick around with each other. And the 4th person should try to cover them as best as possible. Don't just go around doing whatever. Try to help your teammates as much as you can. And of course, if they die, revive them right away. It's really important because you can be revived. And if you all die, the whole thing just ends.
I don't want to revive you. So what happens then?
If we all die, like I said, we lose.
Oh.
That's not good.
Okay. So we won't go into the losing is good, losing is bad.
You've learned a lot.
And we won't get rewarded for losing.
Well, you still kind of do, based on how many eggs you got.
Are you serious?
Well, if you win the whole thing, it's better.
I'm a firm believer. If you lose, you lose. You don't get shit.
No, there's a lot more benefits if you win. At least you get something if you lose.
No, but you shouldn't get anything if you lose. That's what I believe in.
Well, that's what you think, but nah. There's some really bad players. Had to be mean. So I'm hoping these tips will help some people.
It's just for fun, sir. It's not a way of life.
I want to be the best.
You can be the best. Are you? Have you found people that you like to play with, or you're just randomly playing against random people you meet every day?
I have like 2 friends on my friends list that actually play it.
Oh, okay.
I actually haven't played. I played with one of them. So not really. So usually it's random, but I'm ranked pro fresh. So I can usually get matched with people who are also that rank. So usually I do pretty good. At that level, at that point, you have to know what you're doing because you're a professional.
Like you are.
Pro and then fresh. They love to say the word fresh.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no. I still go into the Mario game, or you want to talk about some other game real quick?
Mario game?
Yeah, it's coming out. Well, when this episode gets released, it'll be the week of.
You mean the Rabbids?
Yeah, what do you think of that?
I think it's shit.
Why do you think it's shit?
Because if I want to play a strategy game like Mario, I can play like XCOM or some other shit.
Yeah, but it's all these options, and I know you. You don't like anything that looks too like, cute or silly.
No, I like cute. I like silly. I'm silly and cute.
Nah. But I mean, it got rave reviews from.
I mean,
this
I don't
E3.
know. It's not a bad thing. I like XCOM. I like strategy games. It, I don't think there's a demo for it. I mean, if there was, I would have tried it. But I think didn't you play it at the E3 or you didn't get to play it?
I didn't get to. The line was ridiculous. So
Oh shit. Okay.
Ubisoft in general had ridiculous lines because you could play the game for like 20 minutes.
I'll just wait for word of mouth. I'm super backed. I'm fucking backed up in games right now. I don't see myself. You know, Sonic is something that I haven't even purchased yet, but I'm going to soon. I haven't purchased it because I still have a backlog. I'll get into. I was gonna get into that later, but that's why I haven't, you know, or not interested in playing Mario Rabbids right now, right away. I'll wait for the word of mouth, see what people say about it, the feedback, and if it's worth it, worth my time, worth my money, I'll consider it.
Well, actually, speaking of Sonic Mania, I'll go back to Mario, but
Sonic Mania.
I pre-ordered the freaking.
When did you pre-order the collector's edition? What day?
Actually, I think it was. I shouldn't say pre-order. I did order it after release.
Right. So I think that's where you fucked up because
No, but-
Amazon had all the pre-orders. You're better off pre-ordering a game before release, and your chances of getting it are higher than doing it after.
But we have that listener, and we talked to him a little bit in Twitter. Phenomenal Ali.
Right.
I think I said it right.
Yeah.
He said he pre-ordered it back in April, and he still hasn't gotten it.
In April?
Yeah.
What the fuck? That is crazy because I know people that pre-ordered it not a couple months ago and they've gotten it.
Because my status.
I don't know
says
what store they got it from, but
Amazon.
Well, that's that person you just talked about. I'm talking about my people that I know. I don't know what store they got it from. They must have gotten it somewhere else.
Yeah, he said it. He pre-ordered it back in April, and he's waiting for it. So basically,
that is crazy.
I told him to let me know if he gets it. He's supposed to get it next
Dude,
week.
just cancel that shit.
Yeah, if I don't get it next week, I'm probably just gonna cancel it.
Fucking cancel it now. Get the $20 digital version.
Now, even he told me just hold on to at least next week because they just said expected to ship on Tuesday.
And they have it.
Huh?
They have it.
Well, this coming up Tuesday, but it was supposed to come out. I was supposed to have it back on Monday. Basically, I have to wait a whole week, and maybe I'll get it. We'll see. So I don't know, but yeah, Mario Rabbids. So the game is actually called Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. So as you mentioned, it's kind of like XCOM. It's a strategy turn-based game, and there's going to be 8 characters: Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Rabbid Mario, Rabbid Luigi, Rabbid Peach, Rabbid Yoshi. Basically, Rabbids dressed up like those characters. And everybody has their own little things going on. And something else that I noticed too is like if your team consists of like the Rabbid version of your character, like you have Rabbid Peach with Peach, they can do a little combo thing together. Like I know they have an amazing healer combo that happens together. Just talking about Peach or Rabbid Peach, I know she could place a sentry, which is good for attacking and distraction, and she heals. So every character has their own little thing. Mario, he has a weapon. Besides having a blaster, he also has a weapon that's a hammer, and that's for AOE, which is pretty good. And then he also has an passive ability.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called like hero perception or something. I forget what it's called actually. But basically, he says that he can see if any enemy moves into his sight, he shoots automatically. Doesn't matter if it's your turn or not. You can also boost the attacks of nearby allies. So everybody has their own little things like that, and that's pretty cool. I could go on a little bit more. They revealed some already.
Are you planning on getting that game?
I did pre-order it. Actually, something else I should mention: Amazon. Did you know what Amazon did with pre-orders and stuff
As far as what are you talking about?
for video games?
They used to give 20% discount. What do they do now?
You only get that discount if you pre-order the game, not after. Because what happens if you would buy the game 2 weeks after release, you would still get 20%.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. They were kind of when they started that like a couple years ago. At first, it was only before the game. Then they said, okay, we'll allow you after the game is released to still get that 20%. Now they took it away. Now they're going back to only until the game before the release date. And after that, you don't get it.
Yeah, so basically, I think Mario's like my last. Well, I say Mario, I mean Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Will be my last one. That'll be 20% off.
What do you mean your last one? You won't pre-order Mario Odyssey?
Yeah, I'll pre-order that one, but
Okay, so it won't be your last one.
what I mean, like, what I really mean is buying stuff after it comes out. I already, the listeners should already know I don't like to pre-order games. I will trust Nintendo. Just about
Yeah, because
everybody
you're
else,
biased.
I don't.
You're on Nintendo. You suck Nintendo's tit.
No, seriously, they're the only ones who doesn't release like buggy games. I'm sure you could maybe find a studio or two, but almost everybody releases buggy games and then expect to have patches and stuff. So I'm going to say after Mario, I don't know what else I'm going to be pre-ordering. It'll probably be a long time.
After Mario, I don't even know what game I'm gonna buy on the Switch. Now I'm kind of like, shit. I bought a Switch and I don't know.
Well, Mario Odyssey is in the fall.
It's fucking 2 months away, dude. We're in August.
Yeah. Well, you have Sonic Mania.
Yeah, Sonic Mania on the Switch. That's the plan.
Is there any other games you want to talk about?
I guess what I'm currently playing. We're going to do that currently playing, watching segment. Been playing Uncharted 4. Some of our followers on Twitter would see that I posted a few screenshots of that. I started playing it before the expansion Uncharted The Lost Legacy was released. So I knew I wasn't going to play The Lost Legacy right away because I have a backlog of games. So I decided to play Uncharted 4 before I spend money on The Lost Legacy. As soon as I'm done with Uncharted 4, I will be playing The Lost Legacy. Besides Uncharted 4, I haven't played Elite Dangerous in a while. Been very busy getting things done. Work, life, working out, jogging in the morning at 5 a.m. Shopping for a new car. Things like that. They got in the way. I think that's yeah. And besides what I mentioned already about Splatoon 2, that I tried it, I'm like, yeah, this shit is not for me. That's all I've been playing recently.
I already went through Splatoon 2, so
is that
I'm playing Final Fantasy 15, but
yeah. How far are you in Final Fantasy 15? I haven't even started that. That's one of my backlog games.
I'm like 10 hours in.
Only 10 hours? Oh, so you're not heavily playing. You've been playing more Splatoon 2 than Final Fantasy.
Well, the past 2 weeks I've been playing it more.
Right.
So I'm trying to finish it by September, which I don't think is gonna happen in September. Probably sometime in September I'll finish. Like this weekend, I'm gonna go to QuakeCon, so this weekend won't be that great either.
Why not?
Because I'll be at QuakeCon.
Ah, you lucky bitch, going to QuakeCon.
Yeah, they moved the hotel. A lot of conventions are not using that hotel.
You mean the one that you and I went to 2 years ago? They're no longer doing it there in that hotel?
Yeah, a lot of conventions are not happening there anymore.
Oh, okay. Is it a bigger venue or a smaller venue?
Probably about the same size. It's in the Gaylord.
Oh, I like that name.
I know.
Okay,
So
okay.
maybe in the next episode I'll talk a little bit about it, or I'll just tweet about it.
No,
Which
talk
is
about it. We want to hear your visit to QuakeCon. It was fun when we went 2 years ago. Was it 2 years
yeah,
ago? Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
yeah. They're supposed to have a lot of stuff for demo, the stuff they had from E3, like the
Right.
VR games and stuff.
Like the what is it? Doom VR?
Yeah, and Fallout,
Okay.
and also the Wolfenstein game is coming out.
Right,
Not
the
3D.
new one.
I mean, not in VR, but you know.
The sequel, Wolfenstein
Yeah.
2. Yeah. Yeah, that one looks fun.
So
One thing I wanted to get on is the we were touching on Amazon and their pre-order. So one thing I saw that Amazon made has a new feature called Instant Pickup, where you order something and you go to an Amazon store, and within 2 hours you can pick it up. And I was thinking, wait a minute. The purpose of Amazon is for the customer to have it shipped. Now you're giving the option to go pick it up at a store. Why the fuck would I want to do that? I could just go to fucking a local store, Target, Walmart, wherever, and just pick it up myself. Like that to me is, I mean, I know they're growing and their stock is growing and you know they're just huge and they want to kill or destroy their competition. But fuck, I was like, really? Going for me to go to the store? No, the reason I love Amazon is that it gets shipped. I don't have to go anywhere.
well, they still even have same day delivery still,
Yeah, exactly.
so you don't have to do the pickup.
No, but I guess some items they're gonna, you know how businesses are. They're gonna start doing that and putting items. Oh, this item's only available for instant pickup. If you want it, you have to go there. Fuck that. I want that shit delivered. I just think to me that's a stupid idea. Like they're just going backwards. It's like with the fucking cell phones. When cell phones came out, they were huge, and then 10 years ago, or they started making them smaller, and then no, now let's go back and make them bigger. Now the screens are bigger and everything's bigger on the cell phone. It's like there's always these freaking weird trends that just to me they don't make sense.
Yeah, actually, talk about trending for wrestling. What's been happening? You didn't watch SummerSlam, but I don't really
There's
kind
a
of talk so much
slam in
about
the
SummerSlam.
summer.
Huh?
There's a slam in the summer.
Yeah, I always slam in the summer.
Wait, let's put the wrestling. I'm still not done with the gaming topic. Wrestling can wait. What about this pre-orders of the SNES that went on a couple of days ago? Did you see the fallout and?
I mean, I've already said this in the podcast before. This is Nintendo's strategy. This is a toy strategy.
A lot of people, even on Twitter, which I'm sure you saw, were pissed.
Look, it's a toy company strategy, limited release of something to cause a lot of want for it. Plus, they probably want to make more money off of their emulator. So, buy the stuff on the eShop. I never expected them to release much of this. I don't know why anybody expected it. So they're causing a lot of want for it, and then they also don't plan to release many of them anyway, because they want you to buy the games in eShop.
Look,
like Star Fox 2. That's the main reason to buy it.
Right, but
I'm sure probably by next year it'll be in the eShop. And then there's no reason for me to buy that SNES Classic.
A lot of people want it. Like, I know somebody, a listener of ours, Garrett. He said, "You know things are not right when you can buy a firearm easier than the latest Nintendo hardware." LOL. He's so pissed. He had a conversation with me, and he was just like venting and how upset he is at Nintendo, always doing the same bullshit, always about short supplies just to create demand and interest. It's actually helping the resale market because people are buying that shit and gonna resell it for 2 to 3 times more than what they paid for on eBay or any other third-party vendor.
They're not gonna care. They want to make money off of the eShop. And that's how I can put it. If you want to play the classic games,
Most
do what I
people
do.
want to play the classic games. True.
Just play
But
the
most
Retrons.
people want to play it the way that Nintendo is selling it. On the console that looks like their original, well, that is a small version of the SNES with the SNES-like controllers where they just turn on the switch,
The Retron
where they
looks
just
like
turn on the
SNES.
turn on the button and the game is there, installed and ready to go.
The Retron looks like the SNES.
Until
the controller is
Nintendo
exact copy of
releases
it.
all those games on the eShop, most people won't give a shit. So people still cannot get a Switch. It's hard to come by. They still can't. It's impossible for them to get the SNES Classic now with this pre-order shit that just happened a few days ago. That's why I tweeted on Twitter. I posted, "Yo, Nintendo," with the, middle finger, flipping the bird. Nintendo
Like I
is.
said,
Nintendo
it's just something
is
I'm like,
just
whatever.
Nintendo can go fuck itself. That's what it is. In the
No,
words,
seriously,
in the
if
words
you
of
want to play Retron, if you want to play retro games,
fuck
get
the
the Retron.
Retron. Fuck that. People want to give the money to Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't want to take it.
They want to take it and give it to someone who made it for you.
They don't want it. They obviously don't.
They actually had a booth at E3. I actually went by.
Who, Retron?
The company that does Retron, I forget now. You just Google it, you'll find it. But because they just sell also like an Atari one. The one I have plays
Yeah.
SNES, NES, and Sega Genesis and Game Boy games.
Mhm.
That plays like 4 different
Right.
console
But
games.
here's the thing. Finding the cartridges isn't as easy as buying an official SNES Classic with their top 21, 22 games. Well, 21 because Star Fox never came out until the SNES Classic is released. 21 games is hard to come by. That's the point, and that's what's upsetting millions of Nintendo fans worldwide.
I'd rather have a physical copy of a game. So
Oh, I do too. I prefer physical, but
sorry, I'd
the
rather
future
have a
is
physical
the
copy
future
of
is
Mario Kart.
digital, so that's where they're aiming at.
Well, you get the actual thing, physical copy, and play it.
Javier, a lot of people won't be able to get the physical copy of said game.
Yeah, you can.
It's-
I've gotten them.
They don't make them anymore, so it's hard. They're hard to come by as time goes on. That's the goal. That's the point.
It's hard. It's not hard if you have the money for.
It's easier when it's the way that Nintendo is selling it as on the SNES Classic. You keep defending Nintendo, sir. I think you work for
I'm
them.
just saying.
I think you work for them, dude.
I like physical copies. It's fun to find the stuff. There's even documentaries on this. I like collecting the things.
Not
and
everybody
it's fun
wants to
collecting.
find it on eBay. They like to go to a store or on Amazon and have it shipped.
And then go buy
Exactly.
Super Punch Out or
So
whatever. on the
your scenario doesn't make sense for the average person, not the collector in you, which you have a collector in you. Not everybody is that way. You're a minority compared to the average consumer. So the average consumer wants this way. They're venting and been complaining for the past 2 days after that fuck up pre-order with the SNES Classic occurred. That's the frustration that people have.
Well,
And I'm speaking on behalf of the people.
I'm not
Nintendo,
speaking on behalf of nobody. I'm just saying what I
Go
think.
fuck yourself.
No, thank you.
Look, you said no thank you. That means you work for them. You're a fucking Nintendo employee.
So if you're not willing to fuck yourself, then you're not Nintendo.
What?
I mean, if you're not willing to fuck yourself, then you're Nintendo.
No, Nintendo.
That's what you're saying.
I'm just saying that Nintendo can go to hell. I'm still gonna buy Mario Odyssey though.
They have a mountain of cash. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Fucking Nintendo. And their fucking shit.
So I'm gonna hit my volleyball thing.
Volleyball?
Yeah, or
No.
beach ball, whatever.
The beach ball. Oh, I'm glad that they banned that shit.
Yeah, so I know you didn't watch SummerSlam, but basically, the highlight of the night, the thing that everybody's talking about,
A
is not a
fucking beach
match.
ball.
It's not a surprise.
It's a beach ball.
It's a beach ball. Because what happened was the wrestling crowd was chanting and doing whatever they wanted to do, including tossing around a beach ball. So what happened during one of the matches, which is the match between Sheamus and Cesaro versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Cesaro was, he was the outside the ring. He saw some people throwing around the beach ball. The inflatable beach balls.
Right.
He jumps over the rail, runs, grabs the ball, comes back towards the ring, rips that shit to shreds.
He was upset. What a
Right.
douche.
Everybody started cheering for him.
What a fucking douche.
That right there is what everybody's talking about for SummerSlam.
That was the highlight.
That was the highlight.
So that's pretty much tells me that SummerSlam was shit overall.
I'll say this: SummerSlam was, I don't know, like 5 hours long. I think it was about 5 hours.
That's unnecessary. That was 2 to 3 hours longer than it should be.
They have so much talent. That's the problem. But the thing is, they did have good matches. Like the last match was actually, this is a different kind of match, but it was good. Anyways, there's a few good matches in the pay-per-view, so you can't say it was horrible. But it's just so much content, and people are going to get bored. You're asking people to pay attention for 5 hours. People are going to lose their focus, and then they're going to start tossing around volleyballs.
Oh shit!
Also, something is not interesting happening, or they've been spoiled. They're going to do this shit. So, my thoughts on it is basically write more compelling TV and shorten stuff. Just WWE alone. Monday nights, Raw's 3 hours. Tuesday nights, SmackDown's 2 hours. Wednesday nights is NXT for 1 hour. And I forgot 205 Live. That's also Tuesday nights. That's 7 hours of programming a week to be caught up to date with everything.
Yeah, and they don't realize that people have like TV right now is many consider TV is in a golden age right now. In the past, they say 10 years. So they have so much besides WWE to watch. There's impossible for everybody just to watch all of those 7 hours of wrestling plus the other programs that they watch.
Yeah, and I watch other wrestling promotions. So it's like, well, I'm going to choose and pick here.
Right.
I like Raw. I've said it before. DVR'd, so I just watch like 45 minutes of it.
You skip a bunch of the commercials and stupid little things that are
and things I don't care about.
Right.
Like we're gonna have Goldust talk and then do nothing. Yeah, I'll skip that part.
Right.
I skipped 205 Live at this point completely. I do watch the Cruiserweight stuff on Raw though. SmackDown, some weeks I can skip it. And then NXT, I do watch it once in a while. I like NXT. I like New Japan, the way they do things better because, well, first of all, they don't have a weekly TV show, so I don't have to worry about that. They just have tours in a month. So like this month, they had a big tour. It was the G1.
Was it this past weekend?
Oh, it lasts about a whole month, 3 weeks or something.
Okay.
But the finals was like a week or two ago. Because basically it's you have the 2 blocks, there's 10 wrestlers in each or 9, and you face every single person in that block. 2 points, you win. I mean, you win, you get 2 points. Lose, 0 points. Draw, 1 point. The best, whoever has the best score in each block, they face each other. Now it's the final, and the finals 9-1. And it was so the G1 overall had a ton of great matches. It was a lot to catch up on. I will say that. But this is not the usual. Usually, there's just one or two big things in a month. So it's a lot easier to catch up with, and a lot you don't have to spend as much time. So I kind of prefer New Japan in that respect. But there's things they don't do as good as WWE, like production and sometimes characters, stuff like that. But as you know, it used to be really big, and people love the storylines and The Rock. You saw The Rock got a new tattoo?
Yeah, I saw that on. I follow him on Instagram. I saw that. I think it was like a week or two ago.
That tattoo he had was so popular, and now he changed it.
It was. I'm not upset that it's obviously he can do whatever he wants to his body. It's his thing, and he described in his Instagram the meaning and the reason why he got the tattoo, and I liked it. I mean, he's matured, he's evolved. It's a new phase in his life. So I mean, I know people are like, oh no, it's the Brahma bull. He got rid of it all because he's had it since he was like 18, 17 years old. Well, people update themselves, and he's been updated. I don't see the big deal with that tattoo. A lot of people, made it a big deal, like they always do. That's the thing with the internet. People could just go on the internet. Oh fuck, I hate this. I hate that. Fuck you. This tattoo sucks. And to me,
That
doesn't.
new
It's not
tattoo is
bad.
awesome, though.
Who?
The new tattoo is awesome.
Yeah, I agree, but a lot of people don't. So
It was just his old one was iconic.
yeah, of course, most of his life he's had it.
I think it was college or something, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wanted to do a game as well.
Oh no, here we go.
This is based off of the Game of Thrones game, Game of Faces.
Oh, how exciting! You can tell by the tone of my voice. I'm so pumped.
Well, your life is in the balance here.
Oh Jesus!
If you lose, you die.
Oh gosh! Here we go.
So the idea of the game is, I'm going to say some stuff. There's going to be a lie in it, but I'm going to present it as a truth. You can spot the lie. If you spot it, you can kill me.
I can kill you,
Yeah.
like real life, kill you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you're so
This is
into
the-
this.
The game of death here.
Wow. Okay,
If you cannot spot the lie, I kill you.
that's impossible.
I'm sure it's possible.
No, it's impossible.
You're immortal.
Yes.
Okay. So, see if you can spot the lie. Since we were talking about Sonic Mania earlier, this is about Sonic.
Okay.
All right. So Sonic, is one of my favorite mascots in the video game franchises out there. He replaced the previous Sega mascot, Alex Kidd. In his original design, his codename was Mr. Needle Mouse. He was born with the ability to run faster than the speed of sound. His arch nemesis is Dr. Eggman. The concept of Sonic going really fast is from the idea of playing Donkey Kong and going as fast as you can throughout the level. In a group of 15 started working on Sonic the Hedgehog and named themselves the Sonic Team. So can you spot the lie?
Spot the lie out of that long ass fucking paragraph that you just read.
Yeah. I didn't make it easy.
Okay. Just one lie, right?
Let me know.
My memory isn't all there because I do know the history of Sonic and Sega and Nintendo based on the book Console Wars, which I've been saying for months that I'm going to finish, and I haven't finished.
That book could have helped you here.
It could have. No, I've read half of it. I just need the other half.
Well, if you want to be alive to read it, you got to pass this.
So there's a couple of things that come up. One of them is the name that you mentioned that he was previously called. I'm not 100% sure. Hold on a second, because I don't even. Damn, it just doesn't fit from what I remember reading.
Do not Google any of this.
I'm not googling it. That's why,
Okay.
if I would have googled it, I would have given you I would have given you the answer already, or called out the lie.
Imagine if characters in Game of Thrones could actually just Google stuff.
Exactly. They might have their own version of Google. They just haven't told us. So since that comes to mind, the whole previous incarnation of his name, I'm gonna go with the name as the lie.
Is that your final choice?
Oh, you're actually giving me the opportunity to recall that answer. That's very kind of you.
Well, your life isn't a balance. If you want to die.
Yeah, fuck it. That's my final answer.
Well, Robert, you are dead.
Oh, okay. I guess I was wrong. Oh, my
So the
memory's
lie.
not that bueno.
You're dead. So the lie, I said that the concept of going through a level really fast was a part of the game Donkey Kong. No, so the lie here is Yuji Naka stated this in Nintendo Power. The concept of Sonic going fast is from Super Mario Brothers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that does
So-
make sense. That now that you mention it, that's what I read in the book.
So he said he tried to go through the level as fast as he could. And he did it in the first level in Super Mario, and that's when he came up with the concept of Sonic. That he goes really fast.
How interesting.
Yep. And my lie was saying it was Donkey Kong. So that was the lie.
Que mierda.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy being a zombie.
I'm not a zombie because I'm immortal.
No, I'm pretty sure you're dead now.
Then how am I talking if I'm dead?
You're a smart zombie.
A smart zombie. Oh jeez. So what's coming up next for you? What are you doing this weekend?
QuakeCon.
QuakeCon. That's right. That's all you're doing this weekend? Oh, be careful with that hurricane. It's coming. Texas is gonna get fucked.
Oh, I'm way too up north for that. Texas
Oh,
is
Mister,
huge.
I'm in Dallas. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Mr. Dallas. Yeah. This weekend for me is the fight of the decade, century, whatever the fuck they're calling it. The notorious Conor McGregor against Floyd Money Mayweather.
Are you actually watching that?
Yep. Got some people coming over. It's the plan so far. We are watching that fight.
Ill.
Yeah. It's going to be a shit show, but at least we can. I can say I witnessed the shit show. The shit show. And next episode, I'll talk about it. Did you mute me again, you son of a bitch?
No.
Yes, you did. I told you not to do that. Now this episode's going to be deleted.
Well, I'll delete you because I did delete you.
All right. Anything else you want to add?
You're dead. I won. I'm alive.
Jesus Christ. Yep. I think that's what it is, sir. You are the winner, and I am the winner. We both win.
You're the loser.
All right then. Until next time. All right, so that was the episode. Let us know what your thoughts were on the Super Nintendo pre-order disaster. Who do you agree with? We always like this feedback. We can reach us, give us feedback on our Facebook page. It's Bits for You Podcast or at Bits for You Podcast. You can search that way on Facebook. Twitter, it's the Twitter handle at Bits for You Podcast. We also have the Instagram. Bits for You Pod is our Instagram handle. We're usually on more active on Twitter, and Javier is usually active on Twitter. I'm usually active on the Instagram and Twitter part as well. And just like give us your thoughts. If you agree with Javier, if you agree with myself, anything you like or don't like on the that we talked about in this episode. Also, remember the reviews on iTunes. That helps us out a lot. If you don't have iTunes on your phone or on an iPhone, you can always get the iTunes app on your PC or Mac and give us a review that way. Again, thanks our sponsor, Gamefly. Gamefly, we're going to give you a month of free game rentals. All you got to do is go to gameflyoffer.com/bitsforyou to get your free month of Gamefly. With Loot Crate, we're going to give you 10% off your new subscription. You can cancel anytime. Remember, you can cancel anytime with Loot Crate, but you have to register by before the 19th of the month to get that month's Loot Crate. So you go to trylootcrate.com/bitsforyou. You enter promo code BRIDGE10, BRIDGE10 to get the 10% savings on Loot Crate and BarkBox. We're going to give you an extra month of BarkBox on top of whatever monthly plan you choose. Again, you can cancel anytime. You have to go to getbarkbox.com/bitsforyou to get your free month of BarkBox. Thanks to the sponsors. I want to give some shout outs. Shout out to Liquid Lola. Shout out to BWA Switch. Shout out to Magic Man 187. Shout out to Sammy D. Shout out to PPW Podcast. Shout out to Mad Mike. And everybody else that interacts with us on Twitter. We will do more shout outs in future episodes. Thank you for listening to the Bits for You podcast. And we are out.